Hey guys, welcome to another Linux Escape Room episode here today. In today's episode, we will be doing Escape Room Level 9. This one is actually kind of one of my favorite ones that I've created because it will be pertaining to some data manipulation, which essentially we have a CSV that we'll be doing and we'll be needing to grab information from it. So this is actually kind of like a task that you will probably get like as a request from your boss or something, especially if you have to look at a CSV and get certain numbers or whatnot from it. So this one is kind of cool, especially if you're starting with doing Linux stuff and not using like Excel. So let's get started. All right, so for those of you who are joining new to this, I do have Linux containers in Docker Hub that you can get to. It is at /linux-escape-room that you can get. Each container is essentially based off of tag for the level. So if you scroll down on how to start, there is a Docker run command that you can copy and paste into your computer. If you're running Docker desktop, or if you're running Docker on like a Linux box, you can run this too. And then you indicate the tag for the level. So in this case, we'll copy this and then run level 9 here. So it will essentially pull the image and run, and then give you the introduction on how the escape room essentially works. So in this case, we will start off with the help. So the boss told me I need to grab some information from a CSV. So there's a few things that you can do. This is kind of pretty, depending on which route you want to take, you can solve this in multiple different ways. So what we'll do is look at the room, and we will see that we have a script called boss request. So let's run this to see what the boss wants to know. So once the boss wants to know how many users with the last name that starts with S. Okay, so first off, you could brute force this. You could run the script and you can do 1, 2, 3 and until you get it, or you can actually try to solve the thing. So let's take a look at the users.csv. So we have a CSV that contains the first name and the last name of essentially all the users in this company or whatever. So the first thing that we'll want to do is essentially get all the last names, and then get all the last names that start with S, and then count how many last names there are. So let's cat the file, and then we'll pipe and use awk. So awk is essentially a nice thing that you can use to parse out certain files. So if we use awk capital F and then comma, it will set, that means that it will delimit by the comma instead of like spaces. So if you don't use the hyphen F, it will just delimit by spaces. But this is a CSV, so we wanted to delimit by the comma. And then what we'll want to do is essentially just print out the second column, because the first column is first name, the second column is last name. So we'll want to print out the second column. So print $2. So each $sign, so $1 is the first column, $2 is the second column, based off of the delimiter. And then we should get a list of all the last names. So you can see if we were to just run that, we get the last names. So we got Hernandez, Jackson, Wilson, so on and so forth. So now we want to essentially just grab those last names that start with S. So we can use grep. And then for names that start with S, you can do the caret, which means start with, and then we'll look for S. So in this case, we'll see that there's a few Sanchez, a few Smiths, and that's pretty much it. So you can count how many there are in the output. But say, for example, that this output produces more than like the 7 that's on the screen. What you can do is do a word count and then hyphen out to count how many gets outputted. So in this case, it is essentially 7. So if you were to get like a list that was like 100, 200, you're not gonna manually count that, right? So let's see if 7 is the correct answer. So let's see. We'll run the boss request. We'll type in 7, and we get the following key. So this, I will assume, is essentially the escape key, because there isn't any other task to do here. So we'll hit escape, paste the key in, and we will get the tray that will essentially say that we have successfully counted the numbers of users with the last name that starts with S from the CSV. So that's pretty much it for level 9. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, feel free to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for the next level 7. So hopefully you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.